Before I start this, I wanted to say something. When I looked back at this video, I had Oliver, my dog, in my lap, and I can tell I'm very, very nervous doing this video. I feel like I'm being vulnerable and I'm worried about criticism, but it's an important subject to me, and it's something that was important for me to share. But I'm fiddling with Oliver's ears, and that's how I know I'm nervous, because I can't sit still. My hands are moving all the time. I hope that isn't too distracting. I don't want to film it again because I kind of laid it all out, and it was kind of a one-shot thing. So it's an important video to me, not going to lie. And I was nervous doing it, very nervous. And I'm very nervous about the reception it's going to get. So please be kind. Thank you. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today's video is a little bit different, and it's one I have really been thinking about for a long time because it's something that really helped me a lot in my relationships, especially with my husband. And I thought now might be a good time to do it. I think during this time of year with here in the U.S., Thanksgiving coming up and religious holidays, or, just the holidays in general come up, and we get together with family and stuff. I think it kind of becomes a time where we think back a little bit and think about our relationships and maybe how, we make New Year's resolutions and how we want to improve things in the future. So I thought it was a good time to do this video. And it is called, It's Okay to Ask for a Hug. Okay, I got a little buddy up here. He wanted to get up and join me. So, of course, I said okay. So I'm coming to you today from my aspect and how it related to me. Is someone, my first marriage, married very young, divorced, and then remarried after I had already had my children, and had been married quite a few years to my current husband, to Doug. So your situation may be different. You may not be married. You may not be in a relationship. You may be in a completely different relationship than I'm in. Whatever your relationship or non-relationship is, maybe some of these will hit home and help you all that maybe have the same type of personality as I do, that it's a little hard to ask for things, to feel that you need certain things, to admit it to people that you love. But that's exactly what I had to do in order to help my relationship. What a lot of us, I suffered from a lot of us, being born in the 50s and growing up in the 60s of, you're going to marry your Prince Charming and you're going to live happily ever after. We even had a game called Mystery Date, and the commercial was you open the door and there's a good looking guy there, and you go, and the girl would go, oh, or you open the door and the dud is there. And you go, oh. And I remember playing that game, and I could dream of my dream that, I would open the door and there would be my prince, someday. And so I mentioned in my last video, I think it was my last video, how anxious I had always been, or maybe the one before that, how anxious I was in high school to have a boyfriend, to have someone to love me and be my Prince Charming. And then when I was 16, I met him, and at 17, we ran away and got married. Oh, it was so romantic and everything. And then reality hit, and I love my ex-husband. We are great friends. He's very much in the children's and grandchildren's lives. I love his wife, but we were very ill-equipped at 17 and 19 to start a marriage. And I still had this idea in the back of my mind that he was going to be able to meet every need that had been unmet. He was going to fulfill every relationship that had started in my mind but had not been reciprocated. He was going to fulfill every dream of the Prince Charming that I had. Well, he was a 19-year-old boy that was struggling in college and, trying to do his best and stuff. But we were married quite a while and we had 2 children. In the end, it didn't work out. It was just one of those things. So I met Doug and we started a friendship, and then it turned into where we thought we might want to get married. So we did get married, and I noticed a pattern in myself. I noticed a pattern of this man. I was a divorced woman. I was single. This man's going to save me. This is my Prince Charming that is going to swoop in and make my life complete and take away everything because he's perfect. And then we got married, and he wasn't perfect because nobody's perfect, because the Prince Charming myth does not exist. You marry a person that gets up and brushes their teeth and goes to the bathroom and might leave a mess on the floor and might leave soap in the soap dish that's running all over the place. In other words, you have a relationship with an imperfect person, as I am and as you are. They may look at us and think, I thought I had married this certain woman and this is not what I married at all. So it works both ways. But I think I had this idea in my mind of the Prince Charming. Now I'm going to take it a step further because I think a lot of women do take it further. I thought these 2 men could read my mind. I thought, if this man, I'm going to quit picking on my first husband because I love him dearly, but I'm going to talk about Doug and pick on him. I thought Doug could, if Doug loved me, he would know what I needed. If Doug loved me, he would want to come up and hug me. If Doug loved me, he would want to throw me back in his arms and give me a kiss. If Doug loved me, he would know what to buy me for Christmas. If he loved me, he would know when I needed help with the children. In other words, he would know what I needed. If he paid enough attention and he loved me enough, he would know what I needed. But he didn't. And he couldn't, because he couldn't read my mind. And I will admit, I started thinking, oh my gosh, it's not different. And this is what I had to do. And it's hard, but it is really, I think it's really, really an important part of marriage. I had to finally realize it was okay, and it did not mean that our marriage wasn't magical or blessed or anything if I asked him for what I needed, if I told him what I needed. So what I did was I started doing that. So one day I said, Doug, I need you to hug me. He said, what do you mean? I hug you. I said, no, you don't. I need you to hug me more. So I noticed then that he started hugging me more. And that just really, really made such a difference in our marriage. So I started letting him know other things that were important to me. And he, in turn, started letting me know things that were important to him. You know, he would say, Melissa, I don't like it when you do so-and-so. It makes me feel bad. It hurts my feelings if you say so-and-so to me. So then I carried it on and I tried it with presents. I said, Doug, I'm going to send you links to what, because he would get this panicked look with presents. And I had gotten this illusion in my mind that if he really loved me, he would know what I wanted for Christmas. If he really loved me, he'd know what I wanted for my birthday. But I thought, no, that's not true. How could he know? He can't read my mind. So I got to where I would say, it's Christmas time. I'm going to tell you and send you the links of exactly what I want. And he would, really? I said, yes. I'm going to take the stress away from you and let's enjoy Christmas. This is what you can buy me. You wrap it up pretty, and I might even send you several things and you can choose which one you want to give me or which one you think I would like, and then we'll take it from there. It'll still be a surprise to me. That has worked out the best. He does that for me now too. And it makes it so much easier. And now, since he's told me so many of the things he wants, I can kind of start to anticipate a little bit, and I think he can anticipate me too, because there have been a few things that he surprised me with that I thought, okay, he gets me. He knows me better because I have told him what my needs are. Let me stop right here. I'm not a person that asks for help. I'm not a person that asks for you to fulfill my needs. I'm a person that fulfills other people's needs. I'm a person that runs over and helps with my kids, my grandkids. I'm a person that helps with my kids. I'm the person that runs out and buys things for other people. I'm a person that cooks for other people. I'm not a person that asks for things myself. But I thought for our relationship, it was really important that I do that. And he has had the freedom to tell me what his needs are too. Me asking for things that I really need. And I realized the things that I needed in my mind. So I was able to start verbalizing them. And it made me realize I really needed to tell him, I think you're so smart. He likes being funny. I think you're so funny. Doug, you crack me up. I tell him that all the time. Doug, you are so hot. Doug, you got a great body. Doug, you got this and that. And he just beams, and it just seems to make a difference. So I guess I wanted him to tell me the same things, and so I asked him to tell me. My whole point of this, don't expect anybody that you're in a relationship with or that you're close to read your mind. It's hard to ask for the things that you need, especially when they seem like they should be understood. And I think it makes a difference to a lot of us that grew up with that Prince Charming outlook that if he loves me, he will know. If he loves me, he will understand. If he loves me, he can read my mind. It just doesn't exist. So anyway, I hope it makes sense. I hope I didn't ramble too much. It was something that I've thought about a whole lot, and I've really been able to be honest with Doug about my needs. So if you take anything from that, just if you have needs from others that you are very close to or intimate with, please tell them what those needs are. They can't read your mind. Anyway, thank you for watching this. I will get back to hair, clothes, whatever, but this was important to me, and I hope I did it justice. So thanks for watching. Talk to you all later, and see you soon. Bye-bye.